So, do you like story games?
I love story games.
Well, bad luck for you, because this is gonna be all about story games.
I love story games. I said I love story games.
So in this video, we're gonna rank top 10 best story games of all time. The story is the most important thing in these games. Mechanisms complement story in these games. And we're gonna put them in their respective places and tell you this game is totally better than this game.
I'm gonna decide that order.
No, you're not gonna.
I am what? You said I'm gonna decide. You tricked me? We're just gonna be placing them on this board and then adjust them accordingly, because I think Giannis is not gonna put them like they should be. First one is gonna be probably the oldest. Actually, not probably. The oldest one is Tales of Arabian Nights.
Ooh.
It's like from the 80s, blast from the past. I'm also from the 80s.
That's when all the good things happen, right?
Yeah, Tales of Arabian Nights and me.
This game is very like quirky, fun story game.
If you're in for a strategy, go look elsewhere. And you just move on your turn, then you check where you are, you roll some dice, and you read the corresponding paragraph. And then there sometimes are choices what to do. And it's just hilarious fun.
If you don't want to take yourself and the game seriously, then this is really, really good story game.
Yes, and it's in the first place right now.
If this was very positive and fun one,
yeah, okay.
Let's go dark. Okay. This War of Mine, and I'm gonna put it here. This War of Mine is a depressive story. It's about civil war happening, and you play as a civilian just caught in the middle of this action, and you have to scavenge, you have to survive, and you have to interact with people around you.
These really tough decisions about what would you do to survive as a group or as an individual in the group, because it's not for everybody, but it definitely tells a good story.
We have a review on it, so you can check it out, but what we talked about there as well was it's very realistic, your choices are realistic, you can come up to a really real situation. Plus, I also mentioned that it's the best scavenging system.
Yeah, that mechanism is really, really cool.
So it's number one now.
It is not for long. So my daughter gave this to me. What do you think this means?
I think it means you should like and subscribe.
It does say that, yeah. Then I guess you should. We're gonna run out of space on the top side of the board, because we're gonna keep placing them above, I think. I'm just gonna go with Forgotten Waters. That's something I played recently. And why did I wait so long to play it? Because I loved it. This is a game where you are a crew on a pirate ship, and you each are trying to fulfill your own destiny/goal. But if the ship sinks, you all lose. But this one is a story game as story as it gets. You do some worker placement stuff, you collect some stuff, some resources, roll some dice, but there's a story which is actually narrated with actors which do an amazing job.
This game is very, very quick-paced. Some other story games, you have to read a lot of things and think, discuss things. Then here it's, you have 40 seconds to choose your actions, do them quickly, but it really complements the story.
This is like Pirates of the Caribbean, the board game.
Yes, absolutely.
It has a web-based app where you enter the paragraph and it just finds it for you. In this way, you won't spoil nothing. I wonder why more story-based games don't do that.
So while we're on the topic of apps, I'm gonna present to you a game that actually does something similar. Detective modern crime game.
No, I'm just covering the space. It can't go there. First of all, I haven't played it, so second of all, it's not gonna go above Forgotten Waters.
This is the closest thing you can simulate to being a real detective. Reading these paragraphs, then using the system to find people's profiles, see their birth years, their criminal records, and going through all of that, and then making conclusions out of the information you have. There is 5 scenarios, and when you finish all of them, you will kind of connect all these pieces. One thing I regret from playing this game, what we didn't do, I really wish we could have added information with these like classic movie scenes when you have like pictures and then there's the strings from one point to the other. When you play this game, do that and you're gonna enjoy it even more.
Well, there's no room, as you can see.
Oh.
I thought there was, but it's no room there.
So I'm taking this, sorry.
No, I'll have it as again.
Yeah, I'm splitting it in the middle and putting it there. All of these games are our top 10 games.
Well, yeah, of all time.
But, I would rank it there. So here's the twist. For this video, we both will present one game that the other person hasn't played. My decision is final and I'm gonna put it there.
So my turn.
Your turn, yes.
Time Stories is basically a game where you're from this time agency where you're sent back or in the future, and you're trying to solve a problem that is gonna happen there. But the thing is, you don't know what the problem is. You just know it's gonna happen at that time. So you're going from an area to area, exploring stuff, talking to people, collecting stuff. And the best comparison I can find with this game is like these old point-and-click adventures, where you have like a scene and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna click this guy here, and then you take the card and you look at the other side and read it. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. There are different adventures, and some of them had all kinds of weird stuff in it in a good way. Definitely when it came out, I thought, this is amazing. This is the best thing I've seen in years. I would like to put it below Forgotten Waters.
Okay. A game we also recently reviewed, Destinies. Also an app-driven game. Each player has 2 destinies and you can fulfill one of them, so you choose with your actions where you can go. There's a lot of like fighting mechanisms, very unique character improvement system that I enjoy. Yeah. There is also scenarios which are interconnected. A simpler one than like the time stories and This War of Mine. I would put it here, to be honest. Would you agree?
I think I like it more than This War of Mine.
Oh, wow.
I think why I like it more is because I can get to play it more.
That's true.
Much simpler.
This War of Mine gives you a lot more. Yes, you're probably gonna play it less, but it's being a better game and not being able to play it as many times worse than, being worse game. But
fine. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. Here's another game that we both have played. Seventh Continent is a story-driven game, kinda, but it's the most unique from them all, I think, in that way that it's just everything's on the card. There's no storybook, there isn't an app, and you're just placing down cards which tell you what happens, the narration and things you find and meet and so on. In this game, you find yourself on a weird continent. Well, it's Seventh Continent. You have a curse on you and you need to lift it, and you don't know how, and you don't know what to do, and you're just exploring. It is a fantastic solo and a 2-player game, and it's okay as 3 and 4.
I would say it above
Detectives. Yeah, about Detective. I wouldn't know. I mean, I can throw Detective out. I haven't played it. Why is it on the list again?
Because it's a good game. We were placing it below This War of Mine and Detective Modern Crime.
Okay, let me just quickly reassess this. Yeah, this is out. We're good now.
Present me, please, your game that I haven't played.
Adventures of Robin Hood from Cosmos, which came out last year, I think. So it's fairly new. This is a story game. Like literally, there's a book with the game, like hardcover book with lots of stuff in it. Which basically you're playing Robin Hood and his friends and trying to take down the sheriff. The story is old as time, but the game mechanisms are really new. If I had to describe it in one sentence, I'd say it's a advent calendar story game. Because the main thing in it is that you have a double layered board where you kind of take out things, like open little windows, and then you turn the token around and put it back in with a different drawing. And so the board changes from game to game, and then the guards appear and then guards disappear, and it's just very, very accessible. But it is not very deep, and the story itself is very basic. But it's still really fun as a family story game. I think from all of these that we're gonna have on this list, this is gonna be the most accessible one. It's definitely above Tales of Arabian Nights. It's above Destinies.
Okay.
I'm gonna say. I haven't played Detective, so definitely above that. I think it's above Seventh Continent as well. And now it gets tricky, because this is the big 3. I'd say it's below This War of Mine.
Be sure to leave in the comment section below any story games that you love and we have maybe missed or not put in our top 10. We will try them out till the next time we do this and update our ranked system. If that game will be worthy, you're gonna see it there. So don't be shy, leave it in the comments.
And do comment if you agree or disagree with putting Detective on here, because I don't think it needs to be here.
We have to move some things for the games that we have left. One of them is gonna be Sleeping Gods. The game we reviewed, we both thought is at least fantastic game. It's the biggest adventure, I would say, from all of these. You open a map and then travel wherever you want on that map, and then read a story there, and then choose things, how you want to interact with that story, how you talk with those people. And because you talk there, you're gonna save a keyword to your group, and then next place you go, you have a different story because you just visited the previous place. It's so huge, and there's awesome mechanisms that complement this game. There's combat that's really, really fun. There's like this looting system. The story itself is really good, really fun, and I mean, it's the first spot, right?
I was gonna say, I thought I knew where you're gonna put it. I guess I have nothing to say. I do want to say that when I played Forgotten Waters recently, it just blew my mind. But I don't think you can compare them. Forgotten Waters is a really fun rumble, like an adventure, But Sleeping Gods is this huge, epic campaign where you just, do so much and meet so much people. And it's just... wow.
I specifically left it here for it to be the last one, because I think we're gonna have a debate on this one. It's King's Dilemma. This game is about you being a part of a king's court. You vote for decisions that this country makes. But you also come from family that's very interested in all of these matters as well, and you want them to go a specific way. So maybe you're interested in the wealth of the country to go down a bit to improve the military. And then there's just some moral decisions. The game basically is voting. You read a paragraph of text, a small amount of text really, and then you vote. Do you want to do that? You don't want to do that? No other game from all of these will get so many discussions out of your gaming group. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I had so much interaction and fun with my gaming group.
So I'd actually place this, I think, number 3. But I think you might not agree, right?
Number 3 is the lowest I would go for this. If it would be just my rank, I would put it number 1.
What? Above Sleeping Gods?
Yeah. Alright, let's go in the middle.
So here's my counter offer. We put Forgotten Waters first, then King's Dilemma, then Sleeping Gods.
No.
Come on!
No, it's right there in the middle. You know it's true. You know it's true.
You know what? I'm gonna give this to you this time.
Okay.
But you owe me one. You heard it. He owes me one.
So which ones have you played? Let us know. What are we missing? Let us know. What games will you play? Let us know.
Also, let us know, should King's Dilemma be lower?
Or higher?
Please. Ask them normal things. Don't ask them weird, undoable things.
This is our top 10 games that we really, really enjoyed and are the best story games.
As of publication of this video, because I'm sure we will revisit this.
So this is our list. Be sure to like and subscribe, just like Yanis's kids told you to do.
Didn't tell me. They just give me the drawing, and I show it to you guys.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time. So you would change these, of course.
Yes, I would change those, and I need to play Detective, and you need to play Robin Hood. Actually, that's the thing when we will revisit this.
Yeah.
You call me, you play Robin Hood, and you call me, you beep, 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 beep. Robin Hood is off the list.